Hey. We're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into North Polk Comets basketball here. Girls coming off of a 40-point win, 70-30 against the Nevada Cubs. And now it's time to see what the boys can do, see if they can come out with a win here tonight.
Yeah, I got to be honest, I'm really excited for this game. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I believe both teams are having all right seasons thus far, so I'm excited to see where this goes.
And both teams are relatively around 500, I believe, and North Polk is looking for another win here after a tough loss to Gilbert a few nights ago.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard loss for the Comets. It was a very similar story to the Pella game. Despite Gilbert being much higher ranked, the Comets really stayed with them for the first half of the game, and then the second half they really lost grip, and it went downhill very quickly. So I think, definitely having a game like that just makes everyone mad. It really wouldn't surprise me if you see the Comets come out tonight with some fire,
And tonight we're seeing Kobe Bouchard back in the starting lineup. He hasn't started the last few games here for the Comets, so it's good to see the senior back in, as well as Trevor Mathis. He's got his second start in a row, so both seniors on the team. Actually, there's 4 seniors on the team, but 2 of the 4 are starting here tonight.
Yeah, that's really exciting, especially for Trevor Mathis. He's definitely a crowd favorite. People compare his lovableness to a groundhog. So people are just, very lovable, very adorable, very speedy. And
Trevor Mathis here has gotten into foul trouble the last few games. I believe he's fouled out of the last 2 contests. And he's a very active, aggressive player, so he is not afraid to get under contact and cause some problems for the other team.
Yeah. And actually, yes, the last time the Comets met the Cubs here, the Comets actually came away with the win by 23.
And starting here for the Cubs, we have Likey, we have number 10, Kruscheritz, as well as number 23, Rhodes, number 25, Nelson, as well as, I believe, Tyler Sandsgaard, number 11.
Here we have the North Polk Comets starting lineup, but of course we're going to see Kobe Bouchard, like we said, the senior, number 8. He's just, he's come through the line kind of slow. I like what he's doing there. Yeah, otherwise, really cool guy. I'm excited to see what he does this game. The last game that we streamed of his, he had an amazing 3/4 of the court shot, and I made a comment about how I doubt he could put up more than 80 on bench, and this morning he put up 90 on bench just to prove me wrong. That's exciting.
Kobe Bouchard, the last game against Gilbert, was hot from the 3-point line as well. He had a few threes there in that game, and he's going to be looking to fire. I talked to him a little bit before this game, and he says he's looking to create some more offense for this team and hit those open looks when he's got them.
Yeah, and then we also have Luke Merrick in this lineup. Last game that we live streamed here, he scored 21, became the leading scorer for the Comets that game. He got into some foul trouble and he left the game early, but had that not happened, it wouldn't have surprised me if he ended up with almost 30 points on the game.
And Jevin Sullivan here the last couple games has been a bit slow. He put up good numbers against Gilbert, but the start to that game was a bit slow for him. And against, who was that, ADM?
I believe ADM, yes.
He was face guarded about the whole game and could not find an open look. So I'm interested to see what Nevada's going to do here and how Jevin Sullivan will be able to adjust to the defense that they're about to bring.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're going to face guard a player like Jevin Sullivan, that's really not good because taking him out of the game is a real hit for the Comets. So tonight we're going to have to see what Nevada does. If they don't face guard, it wouldn't surprise me if he comes out here and drops one of the numbers we're used to seeing him drop.
It'll be Sullivan versus Nelson on the tip here as North Polk Comets are going to look to try to get it underway. As Sullivan gives it off to Bouchard. Bouchard here. Screen by Sullivan. Bouchard drives right. Gives it over to Mehring in the corner. Mehring drives baseline. Out to Weig, over to Sullivan. Back to Weig for 3. As Weig hits his first shot of the night. Starting off 1 for 1 from deep. Corner three
that's a bucket.
Good. 3-0 here early. As Likey hands it off there to Sandsgaard. Sandsgaard out to number 10, Kershwitz. Back out to Rhodes. Rhodes drives in. Weiga covering. And nice defense there by Weiga as he comes up with the block, but offensive rebound by Nelson. No good there.
Weiga playing a big role early in this game with a block and a 3 already.
As it's almost stolen from behind, a foul will be called on Rhodes. Kobe Bouchard was not aware that somebody was trailing right behind him as he almost pokes it away. As Sullivan will inbound here to Bouchard. Bouchard here, covered by Likey. Bouchard over to Mathis. Back to Bouchard. Mathis up top. Inside, high post to Sullivan. Out to Mehring for 3. And no good there. Bounces off the front rim.
Looks like Trevor Mathis fought with that, what's it called? With getting that rebound a little too much.
Gets called for the foul there, a little bit too much contact there. Try to strip the ball away from Nelson.
Oh, my mistake. That foul was actually on Andrew Weig. Probably a backcourt violation.
As Sandsgaard drives baseline, a foul's going to be called on Jevin Sullivan there. Looks like he used a forearm a bit too much and shoved off. And Likey inbound here for the Cubs. Finds Nelson, almost thrown away. Another foul is going to be called on Luke Mehring.
You know, players you're going to have to really watch this game from Nevada. Sandsgaard for Nevada averages 19.1 a game.
Yeah, that's 3 fouls here in the first minute and a half.
It's really not
called
good
on
for
the
the
Comets.
Comets.
4 in total. There's 1 for the Cubs. As not sure what's going on, a bit of discussion here.
That's with the North Polk athletic director.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. But Nelson will have it in, covered by Mehring, lays it up, and no good again. 2 way short layups there somehow. Sullivan gives it over to Bouchard. Little 1-3-1 zone here by the Cubs. Jevin Sullivan, your high post. You got Mehring and Weig in the corners. As
right off his
away
foot
there and off the foot of Sullivan.
I know Sullivan's not going to be happy about that one.
Deep 3 there, no good, just short. It'll be out of bounds.
Oh, wow.
And a foul will be called on number 11, Tyler Sandsgaard. That ball will be North Polk's.
I think Kobe Bouchard might have done that on purpose, put his body there because he knew he was going to run for it and just stop him from getting it back in, knowing that it went off of a Nevada player. So that's some great IQ from Bouchard.
It's Mathis, high post to Sullivan. Sullivan drives in, hop steps out to Mehring. Mehring up top to Mathis.
Great communication right now, great passing right now for the Comets.
And they're going to have to try to find a way to get an opening here against this 1-3-1 is Sullivan looking to play some bully ball there as he just brings it to Nelson, bodies him inside, and gets the layup.
You know, that's a Jevin Sullivan I've been really missing lately.
As 23, Rhodes here has the ball, covered by Weig. Rhodes just threw the pass right to Mehring. Thank you very much. He'll hand it off to Bouchard. Bouchard drives in, layup there, and gets the friendly roll. Kobe Bouchard, maybe tiny, but he's going to use a big body in the paint there to lay it in.
That's going to put the Comets up 7-0 already this game.
As Sandsgaard here, covered by Sullivan. Nice screen there by Rhodes as it's another turnover here for Nevada. Mathis on the steal.
Nevada does have a better record than the Comets, but the Comets beat them in their last matchup. Can the Comets do it again? They're going to fight for it.
And it's hard to beat a team twice in the same season, so we'll see if they can pull it off here. Mathis back to Bouchard. Over to Mathis. Bouchard.
Little game of patty cake.
In the corner there to Weig. Back up top to Bouchard. Back to Weig for 3. And Weig knocks down another East. 2 for 2. From 3 tonight. 10-0 here. North Polk Comets lead.
You know, Andrew Weig, he's always been a threat from 3, and he is showing that off tonight already.
And he's already got 6 points. As I said, he is 2 for 2 from deep here tonight. As Sandsgaard gives it inside to Rhodes. Up top there to Likey. Likey tries to get it inside there to Nelson, and it's yet another turnover for the Cubs.
Wow. You know, when it comes down to Andrew Weig, he's the highest three-point percentage on the team of players that have taken more than one three-point shot. Right now, he's at 39%. Second only to Thomas Jones, 100%, when he shot 1 for 1 from the three earlier this season.
So Mehring has the ball in the corner and gets it back up top to Bouchard. Bouchard over to Mathis. Gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to square up and knock down the three ball. North Polk starting off.
Waka waka, that is a bucket.
13-0 here as Jevon Sullivan has 5 points in this game.
Making it look easy. You know, not face guarding Jevon Sullivan, that's going to be an issue for him. Just you wait and see.
Sullivan's going to try, or Sandsgaard, correction's going to try to bring it in to Sullivan. Foul's called on the floor, but Sullivan's not even going to let him lay it up after the whistle. He sends it out of bounds.
Keep in mind, Sandsgaard averages 19.1 points a game, which is an entire point higher than Jevon Sullivan after he's been held to very few points the last couple games.
Grant inbounds to Sandsgaard. Sandsgaard no good on the three. They cannot buy a bucket right now. Mehring in the corner up top to Bouchard.
Comets have a lot of momentum right now. They got to keep that going.
In the corner to Mehring. Mehring pump fakes, drives inside, loses the ball.
Oh, he keeps it.
And no good on the layup. And over the back it will be called as he jumps over the back there of Kruszwitz.
Oh, that's dangerous right now. That'll be Luke Mehring's second of the night, and we've only been in this game for less than 6 minutes. It's going to be the Comets' fifth already.
As Kruszwitz will inbound here to Sandsgaard. Sandsgaard may be checked out of the game. No, that's going to be Nelson checking out of the game here. Or checking back into the game. Sorry about that. Gives it over to Kruszwitz. Screened by Grant. Over to Sandsgaard. Sandsgaard covered here by Mathis. Screened by Nelson. Over in the corner there. He's going to kick it back out to Kruszwitz for three, and way short there as Parkins is going to get the rebound. In the corner there to Trevor Mathis. Mathis drives baseline. He's stopped there by Grant. Up top to Sullivan in the corner there to Austin Parkins for three. No good, just a bit short.
As the freshman Austin Parkins, the Comets have kept Nevada scoreless already as 13-0.
Sandsgaard covered here by Mathis. Sandsgaard's going to test out his range there as he gets the first points of the night here for the Cubs. Cuts the North Polk lead here to 10 points, 13-3, 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know, that's exciting to see Nevada putting one up. But wow, great range from Sandsgaard. I can see why he's been averaging 19 a game.
Bouchard now with the ball. Over to Austin Parkins. And tries to get a high post to Sullivan, but the pass is too long. Sandsgaard on the steal.
Bouchard playing some great D.
Sandsgaard going to try to use some fancy footwork to get inside. Draws a foul. He'll be at the line here for two.
That'll be from Jevon Sullivan. That's his second of the night. That's not what I like to see this early in the game.
Yeah, 2 fouls here in the first quarter, and he's going to be in a bit of foul trouble. He's going to have to try to play it a bit cool.
Sandsgaard is fantastic from the free throw line, 72.3%.
As he gets that first one here to drop. Looking to go for 2 for 2 on his first trip. As Jones, Mehring, and Manock will be checked in the game here. Mathis, Sullivan, and Bouchard will take a seat. And gets the second one to drop. Cuts the North Polk lead here to just 8 points. Manock will have the ball here. Kicks it up the floor to Parkins. Parkins drives in and tries to lay it up inside, and a block there by Nelson.
Huge block right there. That is, 25 Nelson.
As Manock will inbound here.
He's like finds trash talk to stay there.
Weig up top to Mehring. Mehring over to Manock. Austin Parkins tries to get it out there to Jones. Almost turned away, but Jones saves it.
Thomas Jones a fighter. Oh, he's getting that elbow on Sandsgaard.
And a timeout here by Wilkins.
That's smart.
North Polk will be taking a little bit of a discussion here. So it looks like they may have called a foul here first before the timeout was issued. And Coach Wilkins is not very happy about that call. And the refs are going to discuss this one, as I believe one ref called for the timeout and another called for a foul.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be discussed. The foul might be Thomas Jones.
And North Polk will be getting the timeout here. So it's going to stay North Polk ball as a 30-second timeout is issued.
And I was going to say, Thomas Jones, he's a tough guy, all right? He's so tough that he actually got a great grade today in maths, which is really exciting for him. But he threw that elbow, and he threw Sandsgaard just across the court about 5 feet.
Thomas Jones is lucky to not get called for the offensive foul there, as he did throw a bow into the chest of Sandsgaard. And he's got to be careful.
If you're going to get that close to him, then he's going to have to do that to you.
Yeah, 13-5 here as time is winding down here in the first quarter. I believe there is about a minute and a half left. As North Polk will have ball following the timeout. Nathan Crabb will check into the game.
Nathan Crabb, he's another player who's just really aggressive and really passionate. Love to see him come into the game right now.
So North Polk has only 4 people. There's a error with the substitution. Crabb did not check correctly into the game. Or something. I'm not quite sure. This is a bit confusing.
Yeah, these refs are not going to be very kind to the Comets after they've made them work a little bit already.
So North Polk is going to have to play here with 4 until the next dead ball, because a player left the floor and apparently Crabb did not check in.
I believe that was Jevin Sullivan who might have left, or Austin Parkins, one of the two. Austin Parkins comes back out on the floor here. Finally figure this one out. Come on, freshman. You can't be making mistakes like that.
As Manock will have the ball, covered here by Sandsgaard, over to Parkins. Parkins covered by Grant, over to Mehring. Jones hands it off to Manock. Manock looks to drive in, hands it off to Parkins. Parkins spins, stuck up top by Grant, almost turns the ball over.
He's looking for some help. No one's there to give it to him.
Foul's going to be called here on Grant. Too much pressure there, as Crabb and Sullivan will be checking in the game.
It's a good thing Grant ended up giving him the help that he was looking for.
Yeah, almost got called for a 5-second up top there, as Parkins and Weig are going to check out of the game. As 49 seconds remain here in the first quarter, 13-5 is your score. As Sullivan inbounds here to Manock. Looking like Nevada is going to switch to 2-3 zone here, straying away from the 1-3-1 they were in previously.
They got to change something up, because right now the Comets are just taking them apart, and there's going to be a quick steal.
And it's working, because North Polk can't find anything offensively here. They've just been shut down the last few possessions, as it's another turnover here for the Comets.
New zone might be working just fine. That momentum, I'd say, is sufficiently gone for the Comets. They're going to have to figure something out quick.
Yeah, they started off the game on a 10-0 run, and that's just gone away here quickly. And a foul's going to be called on Jones. And this game's just going to be called tight, apparently, as there is multiple Comets here with 2 fouls, Mehring and Sullivan. And we're not even out of the first quarter. Jones picks up his first. There's already 7 fouls for the Comets in the first quarter.
I know, so that's not the thing you want to see. I believe the last game against PCM, the last home game, we really did see quite a few fouls on both sides of the court in the first half. I believe we ended up seeing close to 30 fouls. It's kind of mind-boggling, but that game we saw plenty of players foul out of.
Andrew Weig will check in the game here for Thomas Jones. Andrew Weig also has 1 foul here checking in. Sullivan will inbound here to Manock. 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Sullivan here with the ball. Out to Weig for 3, and Weig is no good. Can't connect for his third 3. As Krushwitz kicks out there to Bovee for 3, and he connects as the time expires and cuts the North Polk lead to 3 points. North Polk, their biggest lead of the night was 10, and
North Polk is slipping, and they're slipping fast.
Yeah, and it's a 7-0 run here to end that quarter for the Cubs. And North Polk is going to have to find a way to break the zone defense here that the Cubs have brought on. And they've just been struggling to get any offensive rhythm here late in that first.
Yeah, I mean, the Comets are really going to have to find an answer for this new defense, because this new defense is just not letting them get anywhere.
Yeah,
but I think the Comets are definitely going to be able to recover from this, but it's not going to be easy for them.
Bovey there coming off the bench. He just spots up in the corner, gets the ball, and hits the three as time expired there to get a little buzzer beater to end the first. And North Polk here, Weig and Sullivan are your leading scorers with 6 and 5. And they've also fallen cold here as they can't really get open shots, and there's just been quite a few turnovers here since the Cubs have switched out of the 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah. I'm definitely you definitely got to give a little credit to Cody Kruschwitz. He has 13 points per game right now, so he's a very high scorer for the games that he's been in. He hasn't been in a lot, but that is going to be number 10. So keep an eye out for him.
As North Polk looks like they're going to go to the 1-3-1 here. As Kruschwitz gives it off to Grant. Grant over there to Bovey. Bovey drives up top. Gets it inside there to Nelson. Nelson covered by Crabb. Out to Bovey. Bovey drives middle. Kicks it out in the corner to Grant for 3. And he's going to tie the game up here at 13.
North Polk went from a 13-point lead to no lead at all.
Sullivan for 3, can't answer back there. Grant on the rebound, gives it off to Rhodes. Rhodes is going to push the ball up the floor here quickly. Dumps it down low to Kruschwitz. Kruschwitz up top there to Nelson. Nelson back in the corner to Kruschwitz for 3. Can't connect there. Sullivan on the rebound.
That corner 3 is going to kill the Comets unless something is figured out.
Timeout called for the Comets. They're going to have a minute timeout as they need to talk things over and figure out something to get this offense going and their defense to stop this run here from the Cubs.
I fully agree. And, looking around at the court right now, I believe Henry Nelson, number 25, might very well be the tallest player on the court. We've definitely discussed how the height disadvantage that the Comets have has been an issue against certain teams since they're able to just put points over top of the guys they have down low. Jevin Sullivan and Marcus Hopper, tallest players on the Comet team. Jevin Sullivan, I believe, coming around 6'3", 6'4". Marcus Hopper, maybe 6'4". But Nelson just looks to be just a hair above Sullivan, probably close to 6'5".
Yeah, and it was previously 13-3 here, and the Cubs ended that quarter on a 7-0 run and start this quarter off with a 3-point shot to tie it up here at 13. And North Polk can't find an answer offensively as Nevada's 2-3 zone has just been shutting them down.
And if history has told us anything, the Comets tend to play their best in the second quarter, and their third quarter is not pretty. In this game, that's going to need to change right now. They're going to need to play a good second quarter, third quarter, and a great fourth quarter because past the first, Nevada's been dominating this game.
As Manow gives it off there to Mehring. Mehring's going to look to drive inside. He's stopped. Gives it out to Crabb. Crabb pass fakes. Gives it off to Sullivan. Manock in the corner now. Back up top to Sullivan. Over to Weig. And back out top to Weig for 3 as Weig's going to be a bit short there. Bounces off the front iron. As Likey here is going to pull up from 3 and no good.
Off. Oh, yep. That's a pretty blatant foul right there from Mehring. I hate to say it, but he really caught his arms.
Yeah, but Dittmer, he was there on the offensive rebound and just tried to get the poke back. Mehring was trying to get on the offensive rebound, just happened to
exactly. And that's going to be Mehring's third on the night. He just barely started the second. Last home game he fouled out of. He better not foul out again tonight.
Yeah, 2 more fouls here, and he's done for this game. He will be fouled out, and so he's going to be checked in the game as he's in deep foul trouble already.
Looks like Mathis and Bouchard, 2 senior leaders, they're going to be back in the game.
As the first shot at the line for Dittmer's no good. Gets the second to drop. That is Nevada's first lead of the night. 13-14, North Polk trails by 1. Bouchard gives it over to Weig. Crabb high post. Mathis in the corner now. Up top to Weig. Gives it to Crabb inside. Crabb backs down. Kicks it back out to Weig. Weig over in the corner to Mathis. Mathis up top to Sullivan.
Comets are struggling to drive in.
Sullivan pump fakes, drives inside, fades back, and can't connect on the mid-range shot. As Sandsgaard gives it up floor here to Dittmer. Over to Memmer. Memmer drives inside, lays it up, and good under heavy contact. The 3 North Polk people there is not enough.
It is good. The Comets avoided contact there. Having 3 guys right there. That's, and foul trouble already with 8 fouls already in this half.
As Bouchard here covered by Dittmer.
You know, Bouchard can't hit those threes, and he might have to this game.
Mathis here. Over to Bouchard in the corner here to Y.
You know, the Comets just aren't getting the opportunity to shoot the ball anymore, and that's essential.
As soon as Nevada here has switched to this 2-3 zone, North Polk just can't find a way to break it, as it's just shut them down offensively completely. They have not bought a bucket in about the last 6 minutes of play. As Nathan Crabb flashes high post, but Sullivan's going to kick it over to Bouchard. Out to Sullivan for the corner move. Three. Wide open, no good there. It's just a bit long. Mathis gets the offensive board, and a lane violation is going to be called. I believe it, 5-second lane violation here for high school basketball.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got to say there was a great little move there. I believe that was Bouchard and Sullivan giving Sullivan that wide open three. You know, the Comets are going to need to connect on those tonight. It's going to be essential.
As Sandsgaard here drives inside, floats it up, can't get the friendly bounce there as it rolls all around the rim and out. Mathis here, and he's going to slow it down. Tries to get it out to Bouchard, almost thrown by Likey. Wide for the open three up top, and can't get it as it hits the front iron and bounce out. Sandsgaard swings it up the floor here to Dittmer. Dittmer is going to pull up from three and knock it down. Why don't you say 6-point lead here for the Cubs, as North Polk couldn't buy a bucket.
19-13. The Comets are just struggling. I don't believe they've made a single shot since the first quarter, and they're putting them up there. They're just barely off the mark, and that's going to need to end. That's going to need to end real soon.
Yeah, North Polk is struggling to get open looks, and when they do, they're just slightly off as the ball's bouncing all the way out.
Yeah. Here's Sullivan to Bouchard.
Bouchard's going to be picked up here beyond half by Likey, but Bouchard will blow right past. Bouchard gives it off to Y. Tries to get his Sullivan high post, almost turned over once again. Saved by Sullivan. Y here, back up top to Sullivan. Sullivan just going to pull up and knocks it down under the heavy
baby.
pressure.
Waka, that's a bucket!
16-19, North Polk trails by 3, 4 minutes remaining in the first half.
You know, it is possible Sullivan starts to heat up right now.
As that mid-range shot is no good by Sandsgaard, just a bit off the mark. Sullivan's going to push the ball up the floor here. And he's got somebody behind, almost stolen away. Parkins here, down low to Crabb. Crabb's going to go baseline, try to reverse, pump fakes, gives it out to Weig for three. Weig can't connect. Looks like it's tipped, but
Sullivan can.
Sullivan's right there, lays it up, and it's a 1-point deficit here. Comets looking like they're going to battle back.
You know, getting those rebounds just as important as making those shots, and the Comets did a great job in that last possession.
As Memmer has the ball here, covered by Weig. We're going to slow it down here for the Cubs. Just hands it off to Sandsgaard, not there. Hands it off to Likey instead. Dittmer here with the ball, covered by Sullivan. Hands it off to Likey, back out to Dittmer for three. And short there off the front rim.
It's like not enough altitude on that last one.
Parkins on the rebound, gives it to Bouchard. Bouchard over to Parkins. Back to Bouchard. In the corner there to Crabb. Crabb's going to drive baseline. He's going to pump fake and try to lay it in. A foul's going to be called on Nelson. So Crabb's going to be at the line here for two. Has the chance to tie it up and take a lead with these two free throws.
Yeah, you see, that's something I love about Crabb right there. You know, he's definitely down to the height advantage by almost 6 inches to Nelson, but he still went in for that, and he took an aggressive move, and it paid off for him getting from the line.
As he can't tie the game up there on the first shot, looking to do so on the second. But yeah, Crabb's one of those physical players who he's going to drive inside, he's going to create the contact, and he's going to get himself to the free throw line.
Yeah, you know, Crabb has a decent free throw percentage, that 56.3, which isn't terrible at all.
He's looking to knock down the second one here and does so, ties the game up all at 19. Krushwitz here will have the ball.
You know, if both these teams keep playing the way they're playing, then we're definitely looking at a close game, and I love to see that.
Screen by Rhodes. Krushwitz is picked up by Weig. He's going to pull from mid-range and off the back iron. A foul's going to be called on Weig as he tries to get on the floor for the ball, but Krushwitz gains it. Weig knocks into him. Foul's called.
You know, on that last possession, we definitely saw a lot of contact between Krushwitz and Weig.
So Weig picks up his second foul here of the contest. Krushwitz will be at the line here for two.
Like right now is the third leading scorer on the Comets. He had 2 threes early in the game.
Crushers can't convert on the 1-and-1 opportunity. Misses the first one. And rebounded by the Comets. Parkins here in the corner now. Up top to Y. Sullivan calls for the ball high post, but Y gives it off to Parkins. Y swings it over to Bouchard. Bouchard over to Crab in the corner. Crab dribbles up top, gives it over to Sullivan now in the left corner. Sullivan drives middle, hops in, floats it up, and no good there, just a bit long on the shot. Rhodes on the rebound. Rhodes picked up by Y, hands it off to Sandsgaard. And Sandsgaard drives in, lays it up, and good. Defense by Weig is not enough.
That right there is the Sandsgaard we were promised by the stat sheet. Wow.
As Bouchard gives it to Parkins, back to Bouchard here. Over to Weig. Inside to Sullivan, high post. Back out to Bouchard. Bouchard pump fakes, drives in, kicks it over in the corner to Crab, up top to Parkins. Back to Bouchard for 3. And Bouchard's just a bit short there, but Crab's on the offensive board. A foul's going to be called on Grant.
Who's that on?
Spencer Grant.
Spencer Grant.
That'll be Spencer Grant's second here of this game.
They're taking him out of the game. He looks awfully disappointed in himself.
As Likey will check in the game. Bouchard will inbound the ball here and finds Crab. Crab's going to body himself inside, tries to lay it up. A foul is called on Nelson, as the Nevada crowd is not too happy about that one, but Crab is going to get himself 2 at the line here.
Yeah, that's the second one Nelson's had on Crab this game. Again, it's just Crab. He's going to go in there. He's going to go in there tough.
Crab 1 for 2 on the last trip, looking to go 2 for 2 to tie up the game here at 21, as 1:18 remains in the half.
See what he can do here.
And gets the first one to fall.
Swish!
And North Polk trails by 1.
Thomas Jones coming in, as well as Hunter Mannock. And I believe that's it. And Trevor Mathis. There's a minute 18 remains in this half. Comets are down 1. Nate Crab could tie it up right now, and he does.
And he does so. All at 21 here, a minute and 18 remaining in the first half. Sandsgaard will have the ball here for the Cubs. 2-3 zone here from the Comets. Likey in the corner now to Krushwitz. Back up top to Sandsgaard. Sandsgaard pump fakes, drives middle, tries to lay it up, and friendly bounce there and gets it to drop.
Minute remains in the half.
Mannock
less than.
Pushes up to Mathis. Back to Mannock. Over to Mathis. Mannock now looking to set up the offense. Tries to get inside of Sullivan. Stone away. Krushwitz here. Up the floor to Likey. And looks like he might have pushed off Mannock there, but Mannock's going to get called for the foul, as Likey will be at the line here for 2.
I'm not quite sure I saw that one.
As North Polk trails here by 2, 21-23, Likey's going to look to try to push this lead up to a double possession game. And gets the roll there and in on his first shot at the line.
42 seconds remain in the half. The Comets are notoriously weak in the third, so they're going to need to come out of the locker room with a little more than they went into it with.
Parkins and Weig check back in the game here as he goes 2 for 2 at the line, extends the Cubs' lead here to 4. North Polk trails 21-25. We got 40 seconds remaining in the first half.
Bouchard takes a quick look at the clock.
Parkins gives it over to Y. Y gives it back to Parkins. Parkins high post to Sullivan. Sullivan pump fakes, pulls up from midi, gets the nice little floater there. A little bit of magic on the touch as he gets it to drop.
That's the finesse you're just used to seeing from Sullivan.
As Likey hits a 3 here, why don't you call it a 5-point lead here by the Cubs. 23-28, 8 seconds remaining. Weig in the corner, up top to Parkins. Poked out of bounds.
A little under 5 seconds is going to remain.
23-28, 4.9 remaining.
The last game we did see Bouchard take a clutch game or buzzer beater to tie the game.
Sullivan can't get it to fall. Time expires here. 23-28, your first half score. And North Polk came out strong there on a 10-0 run, and then Nevada came back with a 10-0 run themselves, tying it up at the start here of this second quarter.
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely going to be guaranteed that this game is going to be tight great. But man, I'd love to see the Comets come away with the win. They beat Nevada once already, but this does not look like the same Nevada team that the Comets beat earlier this season. This Nevada team is, they're tough and they're not looking to lose, and so they're really going to have to fight if they're going to win this game.
And North Polk struggled there at the start of that second quarter, and they're looking to try to get their way back here in the start of the second half. And we're going to take a short break here at halftime, and we'll be right back with you in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of a surprise right now. My co-announcer, Colby Brunko, he's going down there for a half-court shot, and I got to get it on film. There he is right there. Yes, that's the man behind the stream. He's getting in line. I'm excited to see what he can do here from the half-court shot, so we'll put the camera on those for just a little while so you can get a nice view of that. If any of you guys know Colby, anyone at home, make sure to congratulate him whether or not he makes it or misses it. He told me right before he went up there that he's pretty confident in himself, so I'm really excited to see what he does here. Well, some of these little kids. Hey, just so you guys know, his foot was on the line. Only one more to win. Colby might even be able to get this shot, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. There he is. The co-announcer himself. That's him in the gray hat conversing with a Nevada fan. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Colby might just get his shot in. He will. Here he is. Here he is. Colby Brunko. Oh. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Half the voice of the Comets coming up here. I don't know if he sees that I'm streaming it. It looks like he's made a new friend. We're very proud of him for making friends. There he is. He is glorious. Oh, he noticed me. Well done, Colby. Hey, so for those watching, Colby wanted me to inform you guys that was in fact a women's ball he was shooting with. Put a men's ball in there, and that's an easy bucket for him. But with that, we will be back to the game in about 3 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here, and North Polk Comets are currently trailing 23-28, and they're going to have to look to try to find a way to get some offensive rhythm here to start this second half. They came out really strong to start the game, but then it slowed down there as soon as Nevada switched back into a 2-3 zone.
Oh yeah, I mean the Comets had a 13-0 lead, and then they didn't score until the later period of the second quarter, which was really worrying, not going to lie. Nevada ended up getting, I believe, a 19-point lead before the Comets finally responded. It was Jevin Sullivan who was able to come back and do something for the Comets, so I'm really hoping he can do more.
Andrew White came out starting off with 2 threes and hasn't been able to find the bottom of the net yet since then, so hopefully he's going to be able to find his rhythm once again and get a little hot streak going here.
Yeah, and what you really got to worry about is the Comets accounted for 10 fouls in the first half, 3 of those coming from number 10, Luke Mehring, who had a 21-point game last home game, but fouled out. And we can just really hope that he doesn't foul out this game, and he's really got to, stick with it this time, and I'm really hoping he doesn't get more fouls, but he can put up some more points instead.
Yeah, Luke Mehring with 3, Jevin Sullivan with 2, as well as Andrew Weig with 2. So we're going to have to see a little less aggressive defense. I mean, not less aggressive, but try to watch them keeping the hands away there when they drive inside and such, just to try to limit your fouls there and not give them the one-and-one opportunities that they've been receiving.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes here for the Comets. On the Nevada side of the ball, things have been going pretty well. We have Sandsgaard, number 9. He averages almost 20 points a game. He's at 9 right now. And Jevin Sullivan being the leading scorer for both teams at 12.
As Mathis will start with the ball here for the Comets, gives it over there to Bouchard. Bouchard back to Mathis. In the corner here to Sullivan. Covered by Rhodes. Back up top to Mathis. 2-3 zone here by the Cubs. Bouchard here with the ball. Mathis swings it back to Bouchard. Over to Mehring in the right corner. Looking like North Polk will just pass the ball around until they can try to find an opening as White tries to force it inside, and it was almost turned over there, but Jevin Sullivan will get called with a foul. That'll be his third of the night, 2 more, and he will be on the bench.
Again, the last home game, we saw Sullivan and Mehring foul out of the game, and that was a real blow to the Comets. That was really tough. And that game ended up being almost a blowout for, I believe, PCM.
Krushwitz here will have the ball for the Comets, or for the Cubs, correction. As he gets it back up top there to Rhodes, covered by Y. Rhodes swings back to Krushwitz for 3, and no good there. Bouchard on the rebound. And looks like Rhodes tried to reach in there and get himself a steal, but he'll be called with a foul instead.
It's going to be Nevada's first of the half. I believe that is going to be 2 fouls then on the half, 1 for each team.
As Bouchard
blowing past Likey.
And Bouchard picks up his dribble, gives it off to Mehring. Mehring inside to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to try to battle his way inside and does, but no good on the layup. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in. Nice second chance bucket there.
There's going to be Sullivan's 14th of the night. He's going to need to keep more of those. The Comets are still down 3. Just 28-25 here in Alleman.
As Rhodes here drives inside, lace it up, and good as he gets right past Weig for the layup.
We're going to call a travel on Bouchard.
A travel on Bouchard. He must have took an extra step after he caught the ball. Otherwise, it looked like he was dribbling, but...
Yeah, if you guys want to check that out on the stream, you can rewind that. I did not see a travel there.
Yeah, 25-30 here. North Polk trails by 5. Nice pass there. And can't get the wide open layup.
Near perfect execution up until the shot itself.
Tried to get fancy with it and slap the backboard, and it did not go in his favor, but Sullivan's going to come down and show him how to do it in traffic.
See, Jevin Sullivan, he just went up against 3 guys all around his height and just drove through every single one of them.
Yeah, Sullivan's great at being able to cut through and split the defense apart to try to battle inside.
Are they going to call that? Oh, Luke Mehring, 4 fouls.
His 4th. 1 more foul and he's out. Jones will be coming in for Mehring, assumably. Yep.
The Comets just going to have a little more discipline. Having fouls like that, fouling out this often, especially when you're such an integral piece of the Comets on offense, that's just unacceptable.
As Sandsgaard there, no good. Krushwitz is going to get the board, try to lay up, no good. Weig on the rebound. Bouchard here now with the ball.
Bouchard showing off a little speed against Likey.
Mathis here up top. Gives it over to Bouchard.
Mathis.
Bouchard, high post, Sullivan. Mathis is going to spot up for three. No good. Weig's on the O board. Back out to Mathis. Bouchard over to Weig. Inside to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to fade and hit it. Nice mid-range shot there by Sullivan. 29-30. Cuts the deficit to 1.
Waka Waka, that's a bucket. Sullivan going for 18 tonight.
As Mathis guarded on Sandsgaard. Sandsgaard lays it up and good under traffic. Sullivan windbound to Bouchard. Bouchard looking to slow it down here for the Comets. Rushes past Likey. He's going to step back and set it up. High post here to Sullivan. Sullivan double team. Sullivan.
Wow, they're really clawing at him, but no call there.
Wide for the wide open corner three and can't connect. Would have tied up the game at 32. But instead, they remain down by 3.
Andrew Weig, he's a very streaky player when it comes to 3. He'll have streaks where he just knocks them down and streaks where he just can't connect.
Kruscheritz will knock it down. Wide open in the corner. A little bit of miscommunication there. Extends the lead here to 6.
And every time the Comets get some points, Nevada keeps answering back.
Sullivan up top.
It's a 6-point game now. Nevada 35, Comets 29.
Mathis here now with the ball, covered by Likey. In the corner here to Jones, back up top to Mathis. Gives it over to Bouchard. Bouchard's going to drive right, dribble inside. No shot. Foul will be called on the ground.
That foul might very well be on number 25, Nelson. That might be his 3rd.
Yep, that'll be his 3rd of this contest.
It is, yep.
Crab will check in the game here for Mathis.
Nelson's presence under the hoop, just a tall guy, has just been such a big part of the Nevada team.
As Bouchard will inbound and finds Weig for 3. Weig just short there. He can't find a rhythm. As Bouchard tried to throw it off the leg there, but gave it right to Bovey. As Grant's going to kick it in the corner. Likey for 3. Likey's short. And Grant is all over Jones, and he's going to shove him, but no call. And Grant's going to lay it up, no good. Rebounded by Weig.
Way to Thomas Jones keep his cool right there, though. Nathan Crabbe showing some wide receiver hands.
He's going to kick it out to Bouchard. Up top to Sullivan here. Sullivan's going to shoot it over 3 guys and no good, just a bit long on the shot.
See, it's obvious here that Nevada is not going to take any more risks with Sullivan as they surrounded him on that last possession. Wouldn't surprise me if they do it every single time.
Nice move there by Sandsgaard, but he can't get the lay-in. Bouchard here. He's going to be double teamed up top. In the corner to Crabbe. Crabbe inside to Sullivan. Sullivan out to Bouchard for 3. Bouchard's going to connect. 32,
that's a bucket.
35. North Polk here trails by 3. 3 minutes remaining here in the 3rd.
It's going to be a cinch right now. The Comets have to stop this offense right here. They let him get another wide open 3 and make this another 6-point game.
Rhodes drive in, and pressure there by Jones is too much as he misses. Bouchard gives it over to Crabbe. Crabbe in the corner here. Drives in.
To take that shot himself.
Bullies himself inside, gets called for the foul. He'll be at the line for 2.
You know, thinking about how many fouls he's drawn reminds me that Coach Dose of North Polk Comets, he asked me to tell the audience about the charge cooler. It is a cooler that the North Polk Comets have, and whenever a player gets a charge, they get a tally on the cooler, and I believe it is whoever has the most at the end of the season wins the cooler. It's kind of like a little joke there between them, and so I think that's just a cool little tradition that he wanted me to share with fans.
Yeah, and Dose is a newer coach as of last year, and he's had a huge impact here on the players. He's a players coach, and the players love him.
Oh yeah.
And so it's great seeing that he's going to try to start a tradition here with that cooler and give him a little incentive to take a charge.
Yeah, and especially he and his wife, both 2 new teachers here at North Polk. They're both very well liked by students. I've never had the pleasure of having a class with them, but they've always been doing very innovative ideas, and I've seen a lot of posts about like how cool their teaching methods are. So, great addition to North Polk.
And so we just saw there, Crabbe missed the free throw, and Mathis rushed for the rebound and was tipped out of bounds there. by Dittmer, and so it'll be North Polk ball as Mathis gives it up top to Manock, over to Bouchard. Bouchard in the corner here to Jones. Back up top here to Bouchard. Bouchard tries to get to Weig, and Dittmer was rushing to steal that pass away. Gives it in the corner Mathis. Mathis looks to drive baseline, steps it back out. Up top here to Manock. High post to Jones, out to Mathis. Mathis will rush baseline and lay it up and
That's
good.
my boy.
1 point deficit here for the North Polk Comets.
It's going to be a tied game now. That is Trevor Mathis himself, ladies and gentlemen.
As Krushwitz here kicks it out to Meemer. Meemer drives in. Straight up defense by Weig. He's going to be called for a foul. And Weig is upset about that one.
I'm a little upset too.
It really didn't go both ways there in the first quarter, and Trevor Mathis is laughing that off there with the ref, trying to plead his case, but Meemer will be at the line here for 2. As he gets the first one to drop, make that a 1 point lead here for the Cubs.
So this game's going to be a shootout. Here comes Jevin Sullivan back in the game. He's been playing just fantastic this quarter. Usually the Comets are notorious for not playing the best in the third, but they're definitely looking to turn that around now.
Yeah, and Sullivan here has 18 points so far for the Comets. He's been a huge part of their success. As that second free throw is no good, North Polk will have the ball. Bouchard will take the ball up for North Polk.
Sullivan, it's also worth mentioning that Sullivan also leads the team in rebounds. It's not even by a close margin. So having him on the court is just huge.
Mathis gives it back there to Bouchard. Bouchard in the corner to Weig. Back up top to Bouchard. Over to Mathis. Bouchard over to Weig. Weig gives it into Sullivan. Sullivan's going to post up, hop out over to Mathis. A travel's going to be called. But he was dribbling.
Yeah,
I don't know if they saw it on the hop step. It didn't really look like he took an extra step there, but granted, I'm not down there making the call.
I was about to say, I didn't quite have the best angle to see maybe what his left foot might have been doing, but this thing looked like a very clean play.
And feeds it down there on the lob pass to Nelson, and Nelson will get up and finish.
That's going to make this a 3-point game. The Comets have not had a lead since they were up 13-12.
Yeah, they've tied the game up twice, but have not been able to get in control as that pass is almost tipped away. Mathis now up top. Mathis over to Manock in the corner. Manock tries to look inside at Sullivan, not there. Up top to Mathis. And it's clear. Oh, that was a travel that they just blatantly missed, but that's okay.
Bouchard over there might have a wide open 3 if Sullivan can see him. He does.
And he does, and Bouchard's going to connect and tie the game up once again here at 38. Bouchard heating up. He's got 8 now.
That's going to be the 3rd time the Comets have tied the game this quarter.
And Dittmer's off there, and it's going to be out of bounds on Nelson going the other way.
Nelson seems upset about that, looking at the ref like, what do you mean?
Granted, he looks like he's complained after every call, so I don't know if they can really listen to his case anymore.
Oh, yeah. 32 seconds remain in this quarter.
And you feel the pressure rise, and here's North Polk look like they have found rhythm once again.
Everyone's on the edge of their seat, which tends to be the case as we get into clutch situations like this, and the Comets.
Sullivan's going to pull, and just a bit long there, but almost an offensive rebound by Mathis, but Nelson will come up with it.
That's going to be Nelson using the height advantage. Just no one else even close.
Stolen away by Weig. There's 8 seconds left here in this corner. Bouchard's going to rush down. Miracle Man. Weig for 3. And can't connect. Just a bit short there off the front rim. Exciting end of the quarter here. North Polk ties it all up at 38. And
North Polk, they got my palms sweating a little bit. They got me a little worried. I got to see they got to do something real big this quarter, and I believe they can do it.
Could not connect on the buzzer beater, but it's an exciting end. North Polk looks like they found a spark again. Hopefully they can carry that over here in the 4th quarter and win this ball game.
Oh yeah, you see Nevada, they've been putting up shots, and North Polk's been getting the rebound, which has been huge. Because once they get that rebound, obviously you can't take another shot. And so that's a big deal. Because I feel like the sheer volume of shots Nevada has been putting up over North Polk is really what kind of shot them in the foot, or shot North Polk in the foot during the first half. So taking that away, giving them only 1 or 2 shots per possession, and if they're not making them, then that's a really good thing for the Comets. and they've tied this game 3 times.
And though the Comets have been in foul trouble here, they're not straying away from being aggressive on defense. They're still showing their aggression, and they're able to create a lot of stops there in that third quarter, as well as get the rebound, push up the floor, and get those transition buckets.
Yeah, you know, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me even for a minute if we see Luke Marion foul out of this game as well. He's on 4 fouls. Looks like they're going to be keeping him on the bench for a little bit longer, but it's imperative that Jevin Sullivan and Andrew Weig stay in this game.
Yeah, and Bouchard here with 8 points. He's been heating up. Sullivan's got 18, your North Polk leading scorer. It's all tied up here at 38. Sandsgaard got 11 for the Cubs, as Rhodes will take the ball up the floor here to start the 4th and final quarter.
You know, every time I see Bouchard play the game, I realize that he's just got a little more basketball IQ than I realized. Just every single time.
As Likey's gonna trip on the floor, and a foul's gonna be called on Bouchard. That'll be Bouchard's first of the game.
I don't know if I quite saw anything there, but at least it's on a player with no foul trouble.
And Bouchard's showing the sportsmanship there, dapping up Likey before he inbounds the ball. And he inbounds to Nelson. Nelson's gonna get himself wide open and can't convert.
Getting his own rebound, tall man things right there.
And uses the size advantage to finish in the paint. Weig will take the ball up the floor here. That's different. Gives it over to Mathis.
Like a 3 from Manock might be what happens on this. They seem to have left him unguarded. Nope.
Manock gives it over to Weig.
Bouchard in the corner.
As it's stolen away by Krushwitz. Krushwitz is going to rush down, go up, and miss another open layup.
Oh, blatant foul from Hunter Manock. Wow, just smacked.
And that's not a bad play there. He gets up and stops them from scoring there, and maybe he won't hit these shots at the line. You know, you got to make him earn his points, so hopefully he can at the free throw line for the Cubs, but it's a good play there by Manock. Manock showing some ups there on that play, though.
Oh, yeah, you know, that's definitely not something I expected. See, Hunter Manock, he's one of the shortest players on the team at 5'2". And so, you know, it's exciting to see him be able to get those big jumps in there.
As he is 1 for 2 on that trip at the line. And a rebound here for the Comets. Comets trail by 2. Bouchard will have the ball.
Bouchard 5'4", not much taller than Manock.
Correction, 3. Mathis high post, gives it over to Manock. Swings it over to Bouchard. Sullivan cutting baseline. Gives it over to Sullivan. Top to Bouchard, over to Manock. Bouchard. Sullivan now in the corner. Sullivan's going to pull and connect.
Oh, waka. That's a bucket.
Once again at 41. 6:40 remaining in the game. Now let's hope that they can just get a lead and push out a lead and win this ball game.
I hate to be the one to tell them, but you can't win a game with the lead or without a lead.
Krushwitz here in the corner. Nice defense by Sullivan. Krushwitz laid up and no good. He can't hit a layup. If he tried right now, as that three's going to rattle all around the rim and in for Sandsgaard.
Sandsgaard's going to go to 14 points on the night.
Manock gets it up to Mathis. Mathis will float it in and good off the back iron.
And he's going to step over the body of Aiden Rhodes.
And Rhodes is hurt. That's not a sight you want to see. He's holding in his head. He looks to be a little bit
like he's getting up.
Grant will be checked in the game for him. He's going to look to walk this one off. And it was a nice move there by Mathis. Big body in the paint, getting it off the back glass and in.
You know, definitely as someone who played football, you definitely get hits to the head that they just, you know, they startle you for a couple seconds, then you feel fine afterwards. That might be the case here. Either that or we might see him go into a concussion testing protocol. And it does look like it's going to be the case. Looks like he's going to be staying on the bench. Just a little knock to the head. I assume he'll be fine. Again, that was Aiden Rhodes.
Sandsgaard here with the ball. He'll drive inside, almost turns it over, gets it out to Likey.
A little too aggressive there, Hunter. You got to watch that.
Yeah, Manock, he may be small, but he's shown he's going to be a fierce competitor here tonight.
Oh, yeah, a whole lot of heart. Can use the height advantage right there.
Sandsgaard here. He's going to lay it up and no good off the back iron. Sullivan tries to battle for the rebound, tangles up with Krushwitz. Sullivan's not happy.
Sullivan trying to plead his case. That is Sullivan's 4th of the night. That's not good. Jevin Sullivan, 21 points on the night. If they take him out of this game, that is going to be a massive blow to the Comets.
And the fouls have been really not going in the favor for North Polk. They've just been called for every little thing, and it looks like every time Sullivan touches the ball, they slap at him, and they can't bite a foul call.
Yeah. Nevada's going to make this a 2-point game. Comets 43, Nevada 45. If they make this next one, that's going to give them a 3-point lead over the Comets, obviously.
As he's going to get that free throw, no good. Sullivan on the rebound. Sullivan will rush up the floor here with the ball. He's got Grant behind. Euros in, lays it up, and gets the bouncy.
The Comets have tied the game for the 4th time this half.
Little fancy footwork there, and North Polk, ties it up once again. Jevin Sullivan showing off just the determination to finish there. And great play by him to get that in under pressure. And North Polk will call a timeout and try to figure out how to stop him defensively and convert offensively in order to push out a lead.
Yeah, see, this is the Jevin Sullivan that teams see when they don't face guard him. And personally, I'm not a big fan of the concept of face guarding, but that's what I think almost every team is going to end up having to do the rest of this season if they're going to try and shut down Jevin Sullivan. Yeah,
Sullivan is an unstoppable force for the Comets. He's got 23 points here, and he's by far their leading scorer. And he is single-handedly keeping them in this game.
Yeah. You know, it's Sarsgaard's been playing great, but he's missing a whole lot of layups, which is something you really don't see from players of his caliber.
Yeah,
so that's really surprising.
Krushwitz cannot get an open layup right now. And I don't know if that's rare for him or if that's an occurrence that he usually faces, but open layups seem to be a struggle right now. Sarsgaard's going to hit that layup under contact, and he's going to extend the lead to 2 points. 5 minutes remaining in the game. Manock will have the ball here for the Comets.
Yeah, it looks like Rhodes, number 23, the one who Trevor Mathis put to sleep, is going to stay out maybe the rest of this game. He has not come off the bench after that timeout.
And rightfully so, a foul's going to be called on Nelson, and Nevada does not seem happy about that. Looks like Rhodes will be checking back in the game here. He'll check in for Nelson. Nelson does have 4 fouls, so one more and he will be fouled out.
That's good that Rhodes checking back into the game. You know, you hate to see big injuries happen,
and
especially as seniors.
Up to Sullivan. Sullivan over to Weig. Weig over to Bouchard.
Bouchard.
In the corner to Mathis. Bouchard gives it over to Manock. Manock back to Bouchard. Bouchard looks inside, can't find it, gives it off to Manock.
Nice connection to Mathis. Good hops from Mathis.
Bouchard now in the corner to Weig. Posting up is Sullivan, but he can't find an opening. But Manock gets it inside.
And the entire Nevada team is going to collapse on Sullivan whenever he gets that ball. That's just going to happen every single time.
Weig tries to force it inside, and it's tipped away there. Leike will have it up top. He gives it over there to Rhodes. Timeout's going to be called here by Nevada. They have to try to find a way to try to push out a lead.
4 minutes are going to remain in this game as Nevada just has a 2-point lead that the Comets, I think, could easily crush.
Yeah, North Polk here, they're going to have to try to look and stop Nevada on the offensive end. And also, on North Polk's offensive end here, they really have to try to find a way to get it to Sullivan and get Sullivan to score or create open looks for themselves. Right now, it looks like they're trying to force the ball inside too much, that Nevada knows absolutely what they're doing. They're just covering Sullivan inside, and every time North Polk gets the ball, they're looking inside to Sullivan right away. They're not looking to anybody else. They're looking to Sullivan, and Nevada's recognizing that. They're collapsing on Sullivan, getting it in the passing lane, and they can't find a way into Sullivan.
And that's just going to be what they have to do every single time at this point.
And we've seen multiple times to try to force it inside to Sullivan, and it's not working out as they turn it over. And Nevada looks confused here. They look to try to run a play, and Rhodes is lost.
Maybe hit that head a little too, a little too hard.
It ends up working as Grant gets open down low, and he looks to try to score, but
crazy mismatch there. Grant versus Bouchard, at least a foot of height difference there.
And a foul's going to be called on Weig. Weig played straight up.
I am not quite sure about that one, ladies and gentlemen.
Weig might have leaned in just a bit there to get the foul called, but that's going to be Wags, I believe, 4th foul of the game. Yep, it'll be Wags 4th, and Nelson, or Rhodes, correction, is no good on his first shot, looking to get the second one here. And no good on both shots. It remains a 2-point game. North Polk's down 45-47, 4 minutes left. Mathis up top here, gives it over to Bouchard. Bouchard looking to set up an offense, gives it to Manock.
Manock back to Bouchard. Bouchard.
Weig in the corner. Sullivan down low. Bouchard over to Manock. Manock. And this 2-3 zone has been working extremely well for Nevada as White tries to force it inside once again, and it's almost tipped away. Just got to calm down and run an offense, and I believe that's what Sullivan just told Weig there.
It'll be Kruszwitz with that aggressive play right there.
So Weig inbounds to Sullivan. Sullivan up top here, covered by Leike. Manock back to Bouchard. Over to Weig, up top to Bouchard. North Polk's really been slowed down here by this 2-3. It's just worked out so well here for the Cubs. But Jevin Sullivan's going to find an opening and convert, make it 25 points for Jevin Sullivan.
That is going to be North Polk's 5th consecutive tying up the game, and they've got to stop Nevada. They cannot let them answer on this drive, and they're going to have to get another point. But there's Sandsgaard.
Sandsgaard looks to travel, but they don't call it. As Rhodes is going to go and get the layup to go. Coach Wilkins is not happy with the refs there. He's going to try to plead his case.
Comets can't let those easy shots go in.
Manock here now with the ball. Over to Bouchard. Sullivan high post. North Polk is struggling finding any opening within the offense. As Mathis has in the corner, drives baseline. He's going to stop.
Always trapped
it out
a little
to
bit.
Manock. Manock got to be careful there with the feet as he almost travels. Sullivan here with the ball, gives it to Bouchard. Bouchard looks to drive in. He's cut off by Leike. 2 minutes remaining in the game, 47-49. North Polk's down by 2. Bouchard tries to get a miracle lay in, but puts a little too much on it. Mathis pokes the ball away. Sandsgaard recovers.
It's going to be a 2-point game with a little under 2 minutes remaining at 1:45. I think both teams are completely on their feet. Luke Merrick coming back in for the Comets, as is Nelson. Both those players 1 foul away from getting ejected from this game.
Full timeout here by Nevada. And yeah, fouls have been an issue here for North Polk. 3 players are in the game with 4 fouls. That would be Weig, Sullivan, and Meering. And they're going to have to be careful so that way they remain in this game and don't get fouled out.
I know, and with just a minute 40 left, it doesn't seem like it'd be a big deal. But you have to look at the points. Nevada's up by 2, but North Polk hasn't secured a lead since the first half. And so they're going to have to be doing that.
Yeah, and they continue to tie the game, but it usually ends up where Nevada comes down and scores on the other end. So North Polk has to find a way to stop them, score, stop them again, and score once more.
Exactly. North Polk's got to grit their teeth right here, and they're going to have to make some shots and just stop Nevada. And that's honestly been the name of the game. I believe after the half, North Polk did a great job of getting the defensive rebounds, and so it stopped Nevada from getting more than 1 shot off. But this half, or this quarter, they haven't been doing such a fantastic job of that. So they're gonna have to work that out. Sullivan's gonna not be in. Start this out. Oh no, yes, my mistake. He is. I had him mistaken for Trevor Mathis.
Rhodes here will have the ball. Weig covering him. And they're just going to look to hold the ball. They best not hold the ball here for the last minute and a half.
That is a dirty little tactic.
This right here is exactly why high school basketball needs a shot clock.
I fully agree. You don't have an amazing game like that.
In and just pull it right out. And he's going to turn it over. Oh, it should be North Polk's ball. It was tapped out of bounds by Rhodes.
Yeah, no, that, ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend that you take the stream, one of the lucky things that we have the stream itself, and rewind it a couple seconds and look at that. That not only was off Nevada player, but it was also off Nevada's coach.
Sandsgaard will inbound to Rhodes. This right here is exactly why high school basketball needs a shot clock. You have teams when it's a close game that just take the ball and hold it out up top when there's a minute and a half in the game. And sorry if I sound a little upset, but it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, hot take, but true.
And a 5-second call, and that's what happens when you decide to try to dribble the ball up top when you're guarded. And that's a great defense there by North Polk, and that's how you counter teams that are just going to hold the ball up top with a minute and a half remaining in a basketball game. North Polk needs to score here to tie this game up and force Nevada to try to do something on the offensive end.
It's going to have to be a 3, and I don't even know who on the court I'm trusting with that 3-point shot.
Merrick's going to drive in, laid up and good, baby. North
That's
Polk
going to tie this game up 49-49.
Timeout here by Nevada.
Nevada's coach, he is wildly upset. He's got his hand in his face in his hand. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming down 45 seconds left, 45.0. It is 49-49. We are here in the fourth quarter. North Polk, 8 fouls. Nevada, 4. North Polk, 3 very key players in foul trouble. We have number 10, Luke Maring. We have number 22, Jevin Sullivan. And we've got number 21, Andrew White.
And North Polk just tied it up there. So Nevada can't cower out of this one. They're going to have to try to find a way to score offensively instead of just hold the ball and dribble up top.
Exactly.
That's exactly what happens if you're going to sit up there and try to hold the ball for a minute and a half when you're up by 2. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get called for 5 seconds up top, and North Polk will come down and score on you the other end.
It's just kind of karma. And I think that when it comes down to Nevada, who they're probably going to end up trusting with their last shot, it would not surprise me at all if they're going to trust number 11, Sandsgaard.
If you're going to be too afraid to try to take the ball inside and score or do anything offensively, then you deserve to have a 5-second call and get blown by on the baseline down here and scored on. That's what's going to happen if you're going to try to burn out a minute and a half on the clock. And that's exactly why Iowa basketball needs a shot clock.
I agree. And here we have on the court, looks like we have North Polk's strongest defensive lineup by far.
We have Crab, who's a great defender, Manok here, he's just a little pest there on defense. He pokes the ball away.
Oh yeah, he's aggressive.
And we also got Thomas Jones in as well. As a screen there, Rhodes is going to try to drive in.
Clean.
Kicks it out to Likey. Likey gives it over to Wilson. Down low to Sandsgaard.
Of course it's going to be Sandsgaard. Thomas Jones plays a flawless defense.
Up top to Rhodes. Timeout's going to be called by Nevada. 22 seconds remaining. It's 49-49. And Nevada's going to call a timeout, try to figure out something to do on offense here to try to get a lead.
Oh yeah,
with very little time on the clock.
Yeah, it looked to me like Nevada had a nice little offensive play drawn up that they thought would have secured them a point, but the North Polk is able to shut that down, which is super exciting. Right now, North Polk is playing a very specific lineup.
And if I'm North Polk right now, I'm forcing a middle, force them into contact. Make sure you don't have a 3 opportunity. You need to make them try to shoot within contact and get the rebound and push the ball down the other end and score.
I agree. This might be the first game we end up seeing go into overtime here, which, might be the case. But with 22 seconds left, either team can do a whole lot. And I want you guys to know I did just knock on wood. But I believe Nevada has the ball coming out of this. So you gotta be a little concerned right now. I mean, everyone.
Nevada looks a little rushed. What they want to do is just hold the ball, and they don't have that opportunity anymore. They have to try to score here in order to win this ball game. North Polk they're going to have to play pressure D, get the ball on the other end, and score.
Yeah, and here we go. I definitely think that this game is going to end up coming down to the height. They have their tallest players in the game right now. They have Grant. Yeah, they have Spencer Grant and Henry Nelson, both of which tower over North Polk. I think the ball's going to go right down to them.
Sandsgaard here with the ball, gives it over to Grant. Almost a foul by Maring.
We'd like to apologize for the noise in here, but there's a lot of energy in this game right now.
Sandsgaard covered by Jones. 5 seconds remaining. Sandsgaard's going to drive in, shoot, and hits it.
No!
Sandsgaard hits a miracle shot with 2 seconds left.
Fade away.
Timeout called, 1.3 remaining on the clock. It's 49-51. North Polk needs a miracle here. They're going to put in sharpshooter Andrew Weig. That was a miracle shot by Sandsgaard to get it to drop.
But that's, like I said, it didn't surprise me at all. They trust Sandsgaard with that last shot. He has 18 on the night. He averages 19 a game. Wow.
And North Polk is hoping for a prayer here. We've seen Kobe Bouchard able to knock down the last second shots as he hit 2 in the game against ADM. We'll see whether it's going to be him or Andrew Weig who gets the last shot here.
And it might very well be Jevin Sullivan as well. You know, all of those players, great options.
And you don't have many options. You have 1.3 seconds. The ball's got to get inbounded, and you need a shot up.
Exactly. See, if I were the Comets right now, I might have to just go with the simple play of take maybe the player with the best arm strength, have him throw it down the court as far as he can, hope for the best, and try and get that in. With a second left.
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult. Nevada's going to be pressing up, making sure that it's difficult for them to get the ball in. So we'll see what happens here. North Polk praying on a miracle to try to win this game out.
I know. See, right now, it's a 1 in a million chance that the Comets are going to
stacking up at half court here trying to get a shot off. Weig is going to have to use the arm strength here to toss this ball and use that baseball skill. Weig is a varsity baseball pitcher, so we'll see what he can do here. Sullivan's down the floor.
Nice pass.
And it's tipped. And tries to save it.
Throws it out.
It's going to be out of bounds.
0.3 seconds left in the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's it.
That's going to be the ball game. It's not enough time to do much here.
Wow. You know, talk about an exhilarating game. Gosh.
Nevada's going to call a timeout with 0.3 seconds.
Why?
Not quite sure. He's going to draw something up to keep it away from North Polk. Even then, if you get it in bounds,
I was about to say, you get it in bounds, the player touches the ball, that's it.
In 0.3 seconds, you're not getting a shot up.
0.3 seconds, that's about a snap.
But we're going to say is excellent game here for the Comets. They did fight hard. They just got into foul trouble early, and Jevin Sullivan's your North Polk leading scorer with 25 points, but him, Weig, and Maring all had 4 fouls, so it's been tough for them trying to play pressure defense. It's been called heavy against North Polk.
Yeah, you know, that's definitely a fact. It's just kind of wild, you know, watching a game this close and this tight, especially since this is a team that the Comets beat by 23 earlier in this season. However, talking to some of the players, they did not come into this game thinking it was going to be a cakewalk.
No, and they should have known that. And Sandsgaard here, Cubs leading scorer with 18. North Polk once again praying on a miracle in order to try to tie the game up here or get something on this inbounds play.
Well, I'm knocking on wood as we speak, but this might very well be it, folks. You know, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Sandsgaard throws down the court as hard as he can, hopes someone on his team touches it, and that's it.
You got to get the ball down the floor.
What did you just do?
And so what they did was they threw it off the body of Weig and had it go out of bounds. And technically the clock is supposed to start there. And that's just this. I'm sorry, but that coach is driving me absolutely.
It's looking
crazy.
like they want to tee him up.
Well, the fans are calling.
The fans are, yeah. I don't know if that's quite a tee.
He's driving me crazy. Sorry to say that, but he's trying to burn out a minute and a half up here just holding the ball up by 2. And then he tries to pull that. Like, that is... Minnock! Oh! He almost had it! Almost had it. He took the inbounds pass. Threw it up. It looked online. It was so close. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. And that is going to be it. North Polk will be in.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gathering myself.
North Polk will be in
Rolling Story
on Thursday. Stay down Friday, so look forward to those. Hope to see you out to support the Comets. Thanks for tuning in. North Polk loses 49-51. We'll see you next time.